Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the procession.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, to this, the very first home of the University of Oxford. The building we sit in today was the first university building, and fittingly, the place where degrees were awarded to students in the 12th and 13th centuries. We meet today to celebrate the achievements of a remarkable group of people. Oxford has introduced you to important ideas and taught you all to use and understand models, techniques, frameworks, and approaches. With those ideas and techniques come important certainties and invaluable confidence. But I hope that Oxford has also taught you some of what Keats called negative capability. That is, being capable of mysteries, uncertainties, and doubts. For Keats, that capacity marks imagination and characterized genius. You are not, at least as far as I know, romantic poets, but your abilities as leaders will be as much about your negative capabilities as the positive competencies that you've acquired here. I hope you deploy those uncertainties alongside the models, and that doing so marks you out for the rest of your lives as having learnt from this place and from each other. I welcome you all on this special day.
Oxford is known for its unique teaching tradition, and we've all had the extreme privilege to be taught by some outstanding lecturers. Indeed, we have been very fortunate to listen to, argue with, and learn from some of the world's best professors. This week, we all conducted a survey of best professor. Well, Owen Derbyshire, who taught us about effective management and developing effective organizations, he won the bronze medal. Second place went to the always provocative Oren Sussman, who some of you might not know, he specialized in the macroeconomic effects of potato growing. You remember? But this year's winner is the always provocative, always inspiring, one and only Mark Ventresca. Just give up.
So how have we changed in this time? Well, a further theme from Mark's classes is our sense of social capital, our networks. And as we depart from these hallowed halls of learning, let us recognize that our personal lives are changing once more. We will begin to reconnect with our families, rediscover the joys of taking a leisurely walk, taking a vacation, changing a diaper, or just hanging out. And while summer elective exhaustion may have temporarily dimmed your joie de vivre, take time to rediscover yourself, the new you, and rediscover those around you.
So let us take a moment to recognize the sacrifices made by those who have supported us throughout the program. To our sponsors and mentors, we thank you. To those of you who have tolerated our absences and odd behaviors, wives, husbands, children, parents, and friends. As we have been consumed by midnight conference calls, seemingly endless reading lists, and life or death deadlines, we celebrate you. We recognize the challenges that we have put onto you, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This one MBA belongs to you too. Thanks. Thank you.
In class the other day, it was remarked that the social capital of an MBA can be fleeting. While still a student, inquisitive contacts might ask, an Oxford MBA, what does one of those sound like? Well, as we graduate, we are encouraged to leverage our social capital and to use this badge of honour bestowed upon us. And while time may change the way we leverage this honour, I contend that what will not change is the camaraderie and support that has grown from within this class. We are friends in the class, and the class will be forever our friends. In the words of the great 20th century philosopher Lauper, do you feel the same? Am I only dreaming? Is this burning an eternal flame?
So, what can we change in the future? One of the great themes of this business school is its commitment to entrepreneurship. In its purest sense, entrepreneurship talks of fostering innovation, bridging and connecting. Entrepreneurs predict and act upon change, such that we ourselves become agents of change.
So how can we achieve this? Well, I suggest to you that with our MBA comes a responsibility to make changes for others, to leave a lasting legacy, perhaps in the form of passing on our learning through educating others. My old school motto was sapere aude, dare to be wise. It's not a bad way to live out the privilege, reputation, and passion of this university in all that we do.
Yes, the world has changed, so now it is time to move on. As we leave this classroom, it is time to start to pay back those who have pushed, guided, motivated, and supported us. Oxford and our own reputations are now forever intertwined. The future benefit of this association is inherently dependent on how we choose to add value ourselves. As one classmate remarked this week, it is time to live out our own MPV. So go forth and multiply.
Speaking of which, let's not forget the 8 babies who have been born to parents in this class. We salute you and bestow upon you the very humble expectations of EMBA 42.
Of course, a program such as this doesn't stand by itself. It is reliant on its organizers. While this class loves to debate and discuss and disagree, we are all united in recognizing the huge efforts put by Stefan, by Anna, by Ian, Maxine, Debbie, Zita, and the many faculty members that have contributed to our learning. To all of you, we owe a huge debt of gratitude. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the EMBA class of 2009-2010. Well done.
It remains now only for me to thank you all for helping us celebrate the achievement of these remarkable people, and to thank our guest of honor, Rob, for his words of inspiration. I learnt from Rob a few things this afternoon. I learnt that friendship matters. I learnt that public space matters. I learnt that values matter. I learnt that thinking against the grain matters. I learnt that not getting grumpy matters. And I learnt that this is almost certainly the only business school in the world to graduate an EMBA class with reference to Keats, Wordsworth, T.S. Eliot, Heraclitus, and Lauper.